teenagers can do some pretty stupid things, and sure, we're all prone to putting ourselves at risk from time to time, but adults basically know that we're not invincible and that we are certainly not unbreakable. But you'd be hard-pressed, for example, to find a 40-year-old to strap on some rollerblades or hop on a skateboard and then hold on to the back of a friend's car while they put the pedal to the metal. But that's how some kids are getting their kicks these days. So here's our AFR correspondent, Jam Sardar, with the popular the thing now of skitching.
Whoa, kid, stop. Hey! I'll get it back to you, all right?
If you believe Hollywood, Michael J. Fox invented the skateboard one day in 1955, and he invented skitching a few minutes later. No doubt about it, Fox helped make skitching, short for skate hitching, cool.
What's that thing he's on?
It's a board with wheels.
It's an absolute dream.
Of course, the movie, as well as the ease and availability of video cameras, prompted kids to make their own movies. So you don't have to look further than YouTube to see their skating and skitching skills with varying degrees of success.
Involving riding behind a car, use the analogy that's somewhat like juggling chainsaws. It's really just, I think anybody would say it's not a good idea.
It may look like fun and games, but Dr. Ted Ganley says what you won't see on your screen are the skitchers who fall and don't get up. An orthopedic specialist, he treats the scrapes, scratches, and sprains skateboarders suffer when they wipe out.
So that's a pretty good one.
Throw in the energy generated by high-speed skitching, and the doctor says the force of a fall can turn those bumps and bruises into badly broken bones. And that's if you're lucky. Hit your head or break your back, and severe injuries can cause brain damage, paralysis, or death.
Those things, they make good movies, and they make good, sometimes videos, but the worry is in the real world, you can get severe head injuries. We'll get catastrophic spine injuries, but the bigger and faster things are, the more energy and the more trauma you can get from those.
Kyle DeRocca learned that lesson the hard way. This video shows just how talented the Texas teen was, but skill couldn't save him. This video shows what happened after a skitch gone wrong. The 15-year-old died August 22nd in the parking lot of an elementary school. He was hanging onto the side of a friend's SUV when he fell. The back wheels rolled over Kyle and killed him. That's why experts and common sense says you simply shouldn't skitch. But if you're going to board or blade with the help of a car, doctors say helmets and pads are a good idea. It won't look cool, but it will save your life.
You can change something that would be a fracture into something that ends up being a bruise or a scrape. And so that's where it can be helpful, especially the helmets, to prevent something that it becomes a headache instead of a traumatic brain injury.
But is that the message that, you know, look, kids, if you're going to do this, wear a helmet and pads, or don't do it because it's stupid?
Right. That's what we said. Obviously, we made a point of that in the story. And you know, we don't want kids to copycat this thing, but obviously that kind of action is out there. We didn't have any problem finding it on YouTube. So that wasn't a concern in the story. The message is how stupid it is. The message is how seriously injured you can be. The message is you can get killed. And this one particular case is not the only one of someone dying because they were skitching.
And the doctor said in the report that it's like juggling chainsaws in terms of how dangerous this is. We know kids are daredevils, and they've gotten very, very good at skateboarding stunts. And, you know, we see them jumping things and all the time, and you had it in your report there.
Sure.
And so I guess this was their way of trying to take that to the next level, and that level is adding speed.
Absolutely. I mean, it's dangerous enough when they, you know, slide down the rails or jump downstairs and things like that. Pretty significant fall can do a lot of damage. But boy, Art, when you're driving, you know, 30, 40, 50 miles an hour and you fall or you hit something, boy, that energy is just really going to cause some serious injuries.
Well, there's no way to control it. I mean, obviously a car can go as fast as you want it to go, and you're holding on to the back. At some point, you've got to release, and when you release, there's no way to, I suppose, to really balance yourself, you know, moving at a high rate, not on the back of a skateboard anymore.
That could be one of the problems, and a lot of the crashes we did see when we were looking this video up on YouTube was kids crashing right after they let go.
Any laws about this, or, you know, I guess it's not, the cops really haven't had a chance to deal with this yet.
Right. It's one one of the things they're talking about, California is looking at a law to do this. I imagine there's some kind of laws out there already that would cover this kind of behavior, but those are laws that perhaps were not drawn up with actual skitching in mind. But we're going to see a lot more of those. It's already working on it in several states.
Well, I shared this with you off camera when we were speaking, and that is that when I was a kid in New York City, occasionally the kids would jump on the back of the transit buses
Right.
to hitch a ride to wherever they're going. But they were riding on the bus, and then they jump off, and they got a thrill out of that to save 35 cents. But that was dangerous.
Well,
too.
yeah, and I did some pretty stupid things when I was
Yeah.
a kid, but nothing like this.
Yeah. Oh boy. All right, Jam. Thanks. Appreciate it.